Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please now join Laurie Taylor in the singing of our national anthem, and please remain standing for the invocation which will be offered this afternoon by Pastor Todd Pratt.
Please join me. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Shall we pray? Wonderful God, it is with grateful hearts that we do gather here this afternoon. Be with us and among us in this convocation and help us to celebrate the accomplishments of all of these students who are graduating today. Be with them and their families and friends as they share in the joy of this achievement. Help all of us and them, God, to remember and give thanks for the commitment and dedication of the staff, the faculty, the administration, and the governors of this wonderful college. Bless these proceedings now, God, and instill in each of us that spirit which alone brings goodness, truth, and wisdom to our world. God, creator of everything, hear us and be with us now. Amen. Amen. You may be seated.
Thank you, Pastor Pratt. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to the Loyalist College of Applied Arts and Technology's 2014 Convocation. My name is John McMahon, and as Vice President Academic, it is my pleasure to act as Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon's exercises. Before we begin, I would ask that you check to ensure that phones and other electronic devices are turned off until the conclusion of the ceremony. As well, in the event of a fire alarm, your exit routes are located behind me, through the doors on my left, and the doors at the back of the auditorium. Follow the exit signs out of the college. And once outside, please proceed to move away from the building. This afternoon, we are recognizing graduates of the School of Applied Sciences, Skills and Technology, and the School of Justice Studies. Interpreting this afternoon's ceremony is Heidi Taus. Today's convocation ceremony will be simulcast in the Student Center, the Shark Tank, located downstairs on the first floor. I would remind graduates that they are to return to their seats once they have received their diplomas or certificates until convocation is completed as a courtesy to others. We understand that some of you just may wish to take a picture of your graduate at the eventful moment. If you do, I ask that at the appropriate time, you go by way of the back of the hall, down the side of the aisle to your right, and wait in the alcove on this side of the wall, so that you are not obstructing the view of other members of the audience. It is now my pleasure to introduce Tamara Kleinschmidt, Chair of the Board of Governors, who will officially open convocation.
I declare the 47th Convocation of Loyalist College officially opened. On behalf of the Board of Governors, it is my privilege to welcome you to this day of celebration and extend a special welcome to our distinguished guest of honor, Denise Amiot, and to you, our graduates, the Loyalist College class of 2014. This day is a day set aside to pause and to recognize and appreciate your accomplishments. Today is a day of beginnings for all of you, and I wish to pass on one small piece of wisdom that has served me well since I sat at my own convocation many years ago. The piece of wisdom that I would like to share is to encourage you to take risks. In my personal and professional life, I have gained much from always taking a step forward rather than taking a step back. Early on as a young adult, I took a step forward and agreed to follow my husband through a 27-year military career. It was a risk. I was far from home and friends and family, but I found benefits to the adventure that I was now a part of. I was able to experience Canada from coast to coast, and not simply through the lens of sightseeing, but truly live as part of each of the 7 communities we lived in. This experience also took me outside Canada, where I truly gained an appreciation for how wonderful it is to be a Canadian. The richness of all of these experiences was the result of my willingness to take a risk. In my professional life, my ability to step forward, to take a risk, has guided me towards some amazing experiences. From the excitement of helping people as a paramedic, to a luncheon with then Governor General Michael Jean, to supporting homeless women and children in an emergency shelter. All of these experiences are a result of taking a risk. Indeed, even my standing here today, addressing you as the chair of the Board of Governors, is a result of a risk and a step forward. What has allowed me to take risks is not a lack of fear or any extraordinary amount of courage, but my ability to accept the word no. When faced with options or opportunity, the very worst outcome is often simply the word no. We pay far too much attention to the fear of hearing no, and we reflect on it as a personal judgment. I believe no is simply a part of the process of moving forward. Become comfortable with the word no, appreciate it, and feel inspired by it. So as you take this day to pause and recognize your accomplishments, think of your first step into Loyalist College and what you have gained from taking that risk. And think now of the first step that you will take up onto the stage to receive your diploma or certificate, and all of the wonderful possibilities this risk now provides you with. Congratulations to each of you, the 2014 graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Kleinschmidt. I would now like to call upon President Piercy, who will address the graduates and introduce our speaker for today. President Piercy.
Thank you, John. Chair Kleinschmidt, Ms. Amiot, Pastor Todd, members of the board, distinguished guests, Loyalist colleagues, graduating class of 2014, family and friends, good afternoon and welcome. We have many wonderful special guests with us today, but I'm going to take a moment with your indulgence to mention 2 very special colleagues who are joining us this afternoon. I recently concluded an appointment as Honorary Colonel of 8 Air Communication and Control Squadron at CFB Trenton after 4.5 years of having that privilege. The Gypsies, as they are affectionately known, are a unit of highly skilled men and women who can set up and provide air traffic control for a networked airfield pretty well anywhere there is solid ground on the planet, and I suspect they tell me maybe a few not so solid places. Whether it's on a chaotic airfield in Haiti in support of a humanitarian mission, or 750 kilometers south of the North Pole at Canadian Forces Station Alert. They are exceptional people who often have to leave their families on very short notice to perform their important work. Representing the unit this afternoon are Warrant Officer Kara Moore, Navigational Aids, and Warrant Corporal Jolene Noel, Secure Information Technology Technician. And I know there would be many of you today, in today's audience, who are members of the Canadian Forces, who are friends or family members who are. So I'm going to ask my colleagues to stand, and please join me in showing our appreciation for these wonderful individuals and the important work they do. You're awesome. You know I think that. Thank you very much. Convocation is the ultimate celebration in the life of Loyalist College. Successful convocations are the result of the efforts and careful preparation of many members of the college, who all take great pride in their roles in preparing the campus and going through all the processes involved. Special thanks to our Director of Enrollment Services and Registrar, Laura Nauman, and her team, Elaine Wilkinson and Patricia Storing of my office, and Director of Facility Services, Kirk Fleming, and his team, who have worked diligently for several weeks to make our campus shine inside and out. They've made an important contribution to your day, as have many others, as all members of the college family look forward to these wonderful ceremonies and celebrations. As I considered what thoughts I most wanted to share with you, I thought about the fact that quite often you'll hear people say today, lamentingly, that there are no more heroes. And I thought about how untrue that is for me personally, because as you head out into the life ahead of you, you and the more than 35,000 Loyalist graduates who have gone ahead, you are my heroes. Loyalist graduates are improving people's lives, improving communities, improving their organizations every day, and I just wanted to share a few examples with you, a few of many I could have chosen from. Loyalist's very first student, Charles Benson. Charles is student number 001 at Loyalist. Charles worked at Loyalist, mostly directly supporting students, for 33 years until retiring a few years ago. He chose to stay in this community, as many of our graduates do, stay in this area, making many contributions to young people's lives, leading delegations each year to the United Nations, and giving back to his community in many ways through leadership and active participation in issues including community policing and others. Our guest speaker earlier today, Rod Skinkle, whose firm Academica plays a leading role in post-secondary research and policy development across Canada. Photojournalism graduates Farzana Wahidi and Lana Slazik, who together have published a powerful book titled Forsaken about women and children in Afghanistan, and who are continuing to work fearlessly to bring light to challenging international issues. Protection, security, and investigation grad Emily Hall, who had a very distinguished military career and was one of Loyalist's past Premier's Award nominee, a very prestigious award program. Nursing graduate Joy Peacock, Executive Director of the Yukon Registered Nurses Association. Biofood Technician Technology graduate, it was actually from the technology program I know, Kayla Lalonde. Kayla, while she was still a student at Loyalist, was a member of Health Canada's Bisphenol A, BPA, you will know it by those initials, research team, which proved the dangers of BPA in foods and beverages, resulting in BPA being banned from baby bottles and a number of other substances. Technology grad Reg Pearson, who's had a distinguished career in public service, including his current post as Ontario Assistant Deputy Minister of Labour. Architecture graduate Mark Beckler, who continued his studies and has been chosen one of 6 founding faculty members of the new School of Architecture at Laurentian University, and all the others, early childhood educators, outstanding chefs, health sciences and technical professionals, policing and public safety specialists, entrepreneurs who started out as Loyalist and Actis members. So many Loyalist connections, improving life in businesses, social organizations, and communities across Ontario, across Canada, and internationally. And graduating students, I am confident that in a few years, when I think of this list and put it together, many of your names will be there. Members of the graduating class, today you will officially be awarded your certificate or diploma. My heartfelt congratulations to each of you. You did it. But it's important to remember that you have not accomplished this milestone, the attainment of a post-secondary credential, all on your own. When you look around, there, as they always have been, are your parents, dedicated Loyalist professors and staff, significant others, children, relatives, and friends. And graduates, I'm going to ask you to take a moment, please, and join me in giving all these wonderful supporters a standing ovation. Please stand up. You know they deserve it, so please stand up and give them. Thank you. That's very important to express that appreciation. We are all so proud of you, and we're here to share your celebration, of course, to wish you continuing success as Loyalist graduates. You're joining a family today, just as you did when you first came through Loyalist doors. As you head off to your next life adventure, we say, as your family will say, keep in touch. We want to welcome you to the Loyalist alumni family, and representatives of our Alumni Association are here today to congratulate you as you leave the stage. Our outstanding alumni publication, and we will find your address, is called Lasting Connections. I'm confident that you will find, as I have as a Loyalist grad, that your Loyalist connections are links which will endure and strengthen throughout your personal and professional lives. And last but not least, feel proud of the awesome potential of the life that lies ahead of you. By earning a post-secondary credential, you have armed yourself with a powerful tool for making a significant difference. We have the privilege of living in this wonderful country with all of its freedoms and opportunities, and we each have a responsibility to try to make society better through our involvement and contributions. With all the challenges the world faces today, in our environment, in our economy, in every area, your skills and talents are more urgently needed than ever. Get involved, keep inspiring and challenging us, and keep your skills sharp by becoming a lifelong learner. We will welcome you back at any time. In closing, again, congratulations. We are so very proud of you, and you should feel deep and well-earned pride in yourself. Each and every one of you has changed Loyalists through your time here, and in turn, each of you has changed a great deal, with that growth facilitated and cheered on by our exceptional faculty and staff. Their experience and skill, wisdom, and deep commitment to your learning and success were critical. Today, you will be awarded the well-earned credential, which is the tangible evidence of that achievement. The less tangible, but just as important evidence will be the change that you make in the world. We know, and you know, that you are ready. Go for it. Enjoy every minute of this very special day. On behalf of the entire Loyalist community, best wishes for a bright, happy, and rewarding future to each of you. It is now my privilege to introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon, Ms. Denise Amiot. Denise is the president and CEO of Colleges and Institutes Canada, formerly known as the Association of Canadian Community Colleges, the national and international voice for 130 of Canada's publicly funded colleges, institutes, and polytechnic institutions, serving 1.5 million learners of all ages and backgrounds. Ms. Amiot has had a distinguished career in the public service with the Canada Science and Technology Museums Corporation, Canada Public Service Agency, now the Treasury Board, Human Resources Development Canada, National Defence, Natural Resources Canada, Canadian Heritage, and the Public Service Commission. In her former two roles as Assistant Deputy Minister, Denise was respectively responsible for the corporate management services as well as public affairs and ministerial services. She has worked extensively in policy and line operations in the context of programs and service delivery in social, scientific, economic, and cultural areas. Denise also worked for a number of years with the Department of Education in the government of the Northwest Territories and was a teacher in Ontario and in Yellowknife. Ms. Amiot has obtained a master's degree in education and 3 bachelor degrees in biology, in arts, and in education. Dedicated to strong, value-based leadership in the public service, Ms. Amiot is a sought-after speaker at both the national and international levels, and we are very fortunate to have her join us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker for this afternoon, a distinguished Canadian, Ms. Denise Amiot.
Thank you very much, President. Board Chair, Mrs. Tamara Kleinschmidt, Board of Governors, President Percy, distinguished guests, proud parents, faculty, ladies, gentlemen, children, and proud graduates of 2014. I'm delighted to be here with you today. And for me, this is a special day because it's the day of students. And I want to congratulate the students that are here because you have completed your certificates or your diploma. And I want to congratulate also you, the parents, okay, for the support you gave to your children for achieving their dream. I still remember the pride of my own parents as I walked the stage to get my first degree from University of Ottawa. I think that for my mom and my dad, it was as if they were receiving the degree themselves. Also, many of the graduates that are here today are proud parents themselves, and I'm sure your own children are very proud, as you are also a role model for them. I am what we called a first-generation post-secondary student, meaning the first one among my siblings and my cousins of both families to earn a post-secondary degree. So it meant a lot when I graduated. And as I grew older and realized that still too few make it as far as you have done today, I have a new appreciation for the pride and commitment of my parents to my own education. I will share with you a very personal story. When my parents celebrated their 40th anniversary, my brothers and I, my two younger brothers, decided to give them a diploma for being the best parents. And for us, it would be to have an opportunity to see them wearing a gown and a cap, because they were so much focused on our own education. And we wanted to ensure that they would also get a diploma one day. What was really strange was that my uncles and my aunts had done the same thing without talking to us. So my parents ended up with 2 sets of gowns, 2 sets of caps for each of them. And again, the reasons why they did that, it was to recognize the importance that they had put on their children to pursue an education. The reason I'm sharing this personal story with you today is to illustrate the importance of a support network in one's life. And in this special day, I'm asking you, the graduates of 2014, to take the time today to be grateful to your parents or those around you who were there to support you, to encourage you in achieving your dream. And please remember also to be there one day for those that may need or will need your support. It's also very special for me to be here at Loyalist College because your college is named after the Loyalists, who were recognized for their strong pioneering presence, their community resolve, recognized for their determination, and recognized for being forward-thinking leaders. My own career has been also, strangely, an illustration of those characteristics. So I guess I'm a loyalist. So first, let me tell you why. Pioneering presence. During my career, I often was the first woman to occupy a position. When I was, for example, Director of Funding Services at Indian and Northern Affairs, the first Caucasian to lead the Race Relations Directorate, the first to occupy a positions when I was coordinator of French programs in Yellowknife for the Northwest Territories, the first to develop a partnership with the community on branding the public service with and for the community, or one of the youngest to take the National Defense Middle Manager Program. And I remember the day of the picture, I was dressed in red. So I still remember that picture. Or the first Francophone to occupy my own positions right now after 42 years of existence, which is called, as President Percy mentioned earlier, the Colleges and Institutes Canada, or the first founding editor of the first French magazine for education in the Northwest Territories. And the list goes on, strangely enough, but the same thing will happen to you one day. And the reasons why I'm sharing this with you is because I'd like to inspire you. I'd like also to ask you to dare, to take the risk, to be the first in your own field, and to break new ground, to go over and beyond what you thought was possible, like the Loyalists did before you, because you can also be trailblazers. Second, community resolve. This is where colleges like Loyalist shine, because it is in your DNA to work with the community and for the community to ensure that what you do has a social, environmental, and economic impact. And I have to say, you at Loyalist College are very successful and have been since 1967, as Canada was just turning 100. A college where 97% of graduates recommend Loyalists to their peers tells it all. No wonder you rank among the top colleges in Canada. My own journey with my community has always been to give back so I could make a difference for what I had received, whether when I was volunteering in my school council in high school, or when I volunteer in numerous boards, whether in consumer education or now as chair of the World Federations of Colleges and Polytechnics, or when I was a governor of Algonquin College, when I fell literally in love with colleges. Again, the reason I share this with you is because you too can make a difference in your community and need to make a difference in your community because the community needs you. It is your gift, giving back for what you have received. You have to believe in the difference you can make, no matter where you sit. Third, determination. In my career, I was determined to make a difference wherever I went, whatever I was doing. This third element also characterized the Loyalist of yesterday, of today, and I dare to say of tomorrow, because you are those Loyalists. It's a character that have driven my own journey. I'm a firm believer that with determination, you can do anything if your mind wants to achieve it. And for that, it's very, very important to engage, to care for others. My own parents, who believed in me, and guess what? Still care at 86 and at 87 about my success. This is phenomenal. And I have to tell you, as you will enter into the job market or pursue your journey in a new field, think about your body and mind, because it's important if you want to pursue your goal. It's important, important, important. Fourth, forward-thinking leaders. In my career, I always strive to be forward-thinking, to bring my own organizations where they had not been before. To go forward and dream for what we wanted to become. This is what Loyalist College is all about, ensuring their students are becoming employees who can change and adapt, think and grow, succeed and improve the world. You too have what is needed to be a forward-thinking leader because you went at Loyalist College. I always tried to ensure that whoever worked in my team were also forward-thinking leader, whether it was my former administrative assistant who created a peer group to share best practices and then did the same thing for the entire department. When you are responsive to the needs of the people around you, it means that you have accomplished way more for others than for yourself. But what is strange is that at the same time, you receive because you have given. I want to share another story with you. I know people love stories. And when people hear about my background and what I've done in my life, they are always surprised because I went from biology, then I started to teach, but I taught theater, literature, and poetry with my background in science. And then, of course, I began to study and pursue in the social studies and humanities field. But now I want to tell you why it happened. And it's because one day there was a guidance counselor that I went to see when I was in high school. Because I was desperate, I didn't know what to do, where to go, what to study. And the guidance counselor told me, "Don't worry, I know exactly what to do. I have a good test for you." So she gave me her good test because I said to her, "I like everything, you know. Don't worry, don't worry." Did the test, she calls me in. Guess what? She said, "You know, you like everything." And I thought, yeah, I know, I told you last week that I like everything. She said, don't worry, I have another test." So she gave me the second test. Came back, and she said, "You really like everything." I said, "Yeah, I told you." So she opened her drawer, and she looked. She took my marks, and she said, "Let me look at your file again." And she said, "You know what? Why don't you go in science? Because after all the doors will be open, and no matter what will come your way, you'll be able to do it." I have to tell you that this little sentence that she said has influenced the rest of my life, of my career. Because anytime someone approached me for a job, I always thought, yeah, I can do that. I've studied in science. So never, never underestimate what people can say to you, because it may have repercussions and impact for the rest of your career. Students, believe in yourself and what the world has in reserve for you. And if you have a background in science, I can attest the world is open to you. But the good news is that police foundations is a type of science as well. So if you are in the world of justice or technology, the world is open for you. Stakeholders and parents, never underestimate how a diploma can lead to new beginnings in other fields. As you engage in your new journey with your diploma in hands, you are ready to make a difference. I know that in the field of the world of today, whether in science, in justice, in technology, you can also make a difference. As you can tell, I'm passionate. I guess I like everything. I'm passionate about human resources. I'm passionate about education, and I'm passionate about colleges, and I'm passionate about learning. So I want to conclude with a mantra of mine that is very close to my heart. It's not my mantra, but it's the mantra that has guided my own journey. And it's from Gandhi, who said one day, "Be the change you want to see in the world. Without you, each of you, the world would not be the same. And this responsibility needs to be taken seriously because only you, no matter what is your role today or in the years that come, can make a difference. So if something is missing, just do like the Nike ad, just do it. Thank you for this privileged moment that you gave me and that you allowed me to reflect on my own journey in making a difference in the world. And I know that you too can do and make a difference by finding what your legacy will be. And the world will be changed because of you. Merci, thank you very much.
I would like to thank Denise for joining us on this special occasion and delivering such a memorable address to the graduating class of 2014. I am pleased to announce that the Board of Governors, by virtue of the authority invested in it, has authorized me to award Denise Amiot the highest tribute of Loyalist College, an honorary diploma in applied arts in recognition of her outstanding leadership as President and CEO of Colleges and Institutes Canada, and for her important career advocacy in the public and private sectors. Loyalist College is privileged to have Denise Amiot address Convocation 2014 and accordingly pays to her its highest academic tribute.
Now I'd like to invite Mr. Richard Beer, President of the Loyalist College Alumni Association, to say a few words.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon. I'm very pleased to be here along with some of my fellow Alumni Association executive members. We are here to welcome you today as part of the alumni family and to congratulate you on your achievements. We know that you will succeed in the career paths you have chosen with the strong foundation provided by your program at Loyalist College. As you leave the stage, we will be presenting you with a small memento on behalf of the association. And as the college president has said, the Loyalist alumni family now numbers over 35,000. As graduates, you will receive the Lasting Connections publication, as well as regular monthly e-letters from your alma mater, to keep you up to date with news from the college and provide you with information about the benefits available to you, ongoing access to career and alumni services, and various affinity programs. Please remember to provide updated contact information whenever you move. You can always contact the alumni office through loyalistcollege.com. Again, on behalf of all Loyalist alumni, congratulations and all the best in the future.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the formal part of our ceremony, where the certificates, diplomas, advanced diplomas, and awards will be presented. President Piercy, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas by successfully completing curricula offered by the School of Applied Science, Skills, and Technology in the Biosciences and Building Sciences programs, and the School of Justice Studies at Loyalist College. They have been recommended by the faculty to be awarded certificates or diplomas in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Loyalist College, I do hereby confer on our graduates their respective Ontario College certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
President Piercy, on behalf of the graduates not present, I request that you confer their certificates, diplomas, and degrees in absentia.
I so do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anne Drennan, Dean of the School of Applied Sciences, Skills, and Technology, and Karen Brooks Cathcart, Dean of the School of Justice Studies, will oversee the conferring of diplomas. During the next part of the program, we will be presenting the graduates who will proceed across the stage to receive congratulations from the President and a member of the Board of Governors. In order that we can clearly hear everyone's name, we ask your cooperation in withholding your applause until each group has been presented. Those taking photographs are asked to use the designated area to the left of the stage, your right. I would like to introduce Dean Anne Drennan.
Governor Bowen Tweedy, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College diplomas, advanced diplomas, and awards in biotechnology, technician technology, chemical engineering, technician technology, and environmental technician technology. Biotechnology technician. Amber Blakely. Elizabeth Kism. Heather Colton. Sonam Rajankarakumar Gupta. Sarah LaFrance. Jennifer Lohan. Ramesh Manchiganti. Dean's List. Nicole McIntosh. Lindsay Mayer. Lindsay Mayer is a recipient of the Agnes Watson Kearse Award for the Academic Excellence to a graduating student in a technology program. Rebecca Morasuti, Dean's List. Venkatesh Pasupuluti. Himanabahen Patel. Kevin Barak Kumar Patel, Dean's List. Recipient of the Biosciences Faculty Award for Excellence in Biotechnology Technician Program. Prakrita Bahan Patel, Dean's List. Nicole Quinn, Dean's List. Amy Sager. Estelle Scott. Chemical Engineering Technician, Laurie Pollard. Courtney Trahan. Environmental Technician, Donald Buckley. Kelsey Davidson, Dean's List. Evan Elson, Dean's List. Hillary Jackson. Shannon Clawitter, Dean's List. Sarah LeBeau. Michael Van Wassenhoven. Michael is the recipient of the Insdale Award, having showed unrealized practical potential during his second year. Ontario College Advanced Diploma, Biotechnology Technologist. Amanda Dominic. Andrea Forrester. Nicole Harris, Dean's List and recipient of the Faculty Union of Loyalist College Award for Academics and College and Community Involvement. Dean Lewis, Dean's List. Tegan Mandeville, Dean's List. Aaron Parrott. Monica Vardy. Eric Whiteley. Dean's List. Chemical Engineer and Technologist. Austin Delgato, Dean's List. Cole Reed, Dean's List. Environmental Technologist. Matthew Bly, Dean's List. Christina DeWitt, Dean's List. Shannon Donovan. Adam Varecchia. Thank you, Governor Bohan Tweedy. This concludes the conferring of diplomas and advanced diplomas for the Biosciences programs. Governor Kreischuck, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College certificates, diplomas, advanced diplomas and awards for construction renovation techniques, civil engineering technician, construction engineering technician, survey engineering technician, and civil engineering technology. Civil engineering technician, Nicole Couvret. Matthew Jordan, Dean's List. Lee Kelly. Ryan Pratt. Patrick Riley. William Shields. Eric Stewart, Dean's List. Construction engineering technician. Michael Mastiani. Benjamin Papke. Survey engineering technician. Michael Kennedy. Ontario College Advanced Diploma in Civil Engineering Technology. Dylan Adams. Zachary Andrew, Dean's List. Zachary is the recipient of the Back 40 Enterprises Award for a graduating student who has demonstrated well-developed skills in CAD drafting and a particular aptitude for interest in structural steel detailing and design. He's also the recipient of the Christopher Macaulay Memorial Award for high scholastic achievement in the Civil Engineering Technology program. Tyler Brooks, Dean's List. Andrew Campbell, Dean's List. Bernardo Cruz Fuentes. Joshua Culp. Way to go, boy. Gregory Fittler. Douglas Nicholson. Edward Pearson. Mason Reed. Sebastian Rimland. Emily Turnbull. Erin Wilson. Thank you, Governor Christchuk. This concludes the conferring of certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas for the Building Sciences programs. I would like to introduce Karen Brooks Cathcart, Dean of the School of Justice Studies, who will present the graduates for the Justice Studies programs.
Thank you, Dean Drennan. Governor Wright, it's my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College diplomas and awards for community and justice services. Sarah Armstrong, Dean's List. Ryan Ashe. Shannon Bell, Dean's List. Taylor Billing. Mahaley Brandt. Ashley Brennan, Dean's List. Rebecca Brown. Joseph Calnan. Lisa De Silva, Dean's List. Brian Daly. Alicia DeJong, Dean's List. Brian Devitt. Ashley Elliott. Kathleen Franz, Dean's List. Joshua Freeburn. Patrick Frost, Dean's List. Jennifer Gallagher, Dean's List. Marianne Goudreau, Dean's List. Marianne is the recipient of the Community and Justice Services Faculty Award for Superior Attitude, Academics, and Aptitude. Ashley Green, Dean's List. Stephen Hines.
I love you, Mom.
Brooke Ingram, Dean's List. Tessa Kello. Adam McDonnell. Sarah Mahoney. John McCallum. Mackenzie McCaw, Dean's List. Jessica O'Dowd, Dean's List. Sarah Parks. Hope Patterson, Dean's List. Brooke Pether. Bradley Scaletta. Jarrett Scott. Lisa Scott, Dean's List. Lisa is the recipient of the Community and Justice Services Faculty Award for Superior Attitude, Academics, and Aptitude. Leah Tu Youngman. Alicia Urquhart. Jacqueline Van Nienhuis. Darren Whalen. Marissa Willoughby. Faith Willman. Tanya Ziegler, Dean's List. Congratulations to our graduates of the Community Justice Services Program. And thank you, Governor Wright. Governor Dockrell, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College diplomas and awards for Customs Border Services and Protection, Security, and Investigation. The Customs Border Services Program, Amir Ali. Amir is the recipient of the Livingston International Academic Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement in the Customs and Border Services Program. Tyler Coveney, Dean's List. Christopher Del Bianco. Terry DeLauro, Dean's List. Rochelle Dowen. Nicholas Apple. Nick Ferrante, Dean's List. Stephanie Grice, Dean's List. Ryan Hopkins, Dean's List. Ryan is the recipient of the Customs and Border Services Faculty Award for Superior Attitude, Academics, and Aptitude. Jonathan Keene, Dean's List. Tanya Knox, Dean's List. Jamal Lewis. Connie McEwen, Dean's List. Adam O'Reilly. Jory Peters. Elva Ann Simpson, Dean's List. Robert Steenberg, Dean's List. Daniel Ullman, Dean's List. Liam Webster, Dean's List. Liam is the recipient of the Customs and Border Services Faculty Award for Superior Attitude, Academics, and Aptitude. Congratulations to graduates of the Customs and Border Services program. Protection, Security, and Investigation. Jennifer Anderson, Dean's List. Alana Ash. Joseph Bascom. David Ben, Dean's List. David is the recipient of the CanPro King Reed David Quinnell Memorial Award for a student of the Protection, Security, and Investigation Program who best exemplifies the qualities and characteristics of Mr. David Quinnell by displaying superior security technology knowledge and understanding. Nate Boldrick. Samantha Brandt, Dean's List. John Bridson. Jonathan Colson. Chantel Cormier. Brittany DeJong, Dean's List. Rebecca Dixon. Mikhail Domingo. Chelsea Dowdle, Dean's List. Craig Eamon. Samantha Elliott, Dean's List. Thomas Fletcher, Dean's List. James Francis. Jesse Gauthier. Kevin Glover, Dean's List.
I did it, Mom.
Danny Gooding. Jonathan Hoskin Brousseau. Alexander Hoyland. Brandon Jameson. Cody Lavoie. Tara Lee Loft. Rachel Lucas, Dean's List. Remigijs Matlos. Ladies and gentlemen, Convocation is a time to honor academic achievement. And today, we also honor a graduate who achieved academic excellence in a life well lived, but who left us too soon. Accepting on behalf of Aaron Murray is Hope Patterson and Will Murray. Aaron Murray is the recipient of the Herbert Young Scholarship Award for outstanding academic achievement and participation in college life. Standing at the top of his class, Aaron is also the recipient of the Police Prep Award of Excellence for excellence in academics, but equally as important, excellence in the community and in leadership. Aaron is also the recipient of the Protection, Security, and Investigation Faculty Award for Superior Attitude, Academics, and Aptitude. William Murray, Dean's List. Taylor Myers, Dean's List. Brandon Nadeau, Dean's List. Bryce Nellis. Jordan Newton Rhodes. Jamelyn Norris. Gary Panapinto, Dean's List. Caitlin Proto. Stephanie Seamark, Dean's List. Stephanie is the recipient of the Bob Thomas Corporate Security Award for overall academic proficiency, leadership, and citizenship. Hayden Sharp. Sam Tomaso. Turner Wood, Dean's List. Congratulations to the graduates of Protection, Security, and Investigation Program. Graduates, and thank you, Governor Dockrell. Governor Smith. It is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College Diploma and Awards for Paralegal and Police Foundations. The Paralegal Program, Sheila Alexander, Dean's List. Sheila is the recipient of the Paralegal Program Faculty Award for Superior Attitude, Academics, and Aptitude. Victoria Andrews Kerwin, Dean's List. Chantal Beauregard. Kaylee Bertrand. Lisa Bevington, Dean's List. Caitlin Boyd. Judith Chalmers, Dean's List. Emily Clark. Elisha Coleman, Dean's List. Carrie Cromartie, Dean's List. Lindsay Dunn, Dean's List. Heidi Handley, Dean's List. Heidi is the recipient of the Prosecutors Association of Ontario Award for a graduating student in the paralegal program who exemplifies the ethics and ideals of justice by demonstrating excellence in advocacy. Castle Larmer, Dean's List. Stephanie Leal, Dean's List. Jennifer Martin. Ann Miles, Dean's List. James Nielsen, Dean's List. Jennifer Parks, Dean's List. Ellen Steenberg. Lindsay Thompson. Victoria Van Sickle, Dean's List. Caitlin Wynn. Congratulations to graduates of the Paralegal program. Police Foundations, Tanner Boyle. Dalton Callahan. Dalton is the recipient of the Belleville Community Policing Award for exceptional contribution to Belleville community policing by a graduating student of the Police Foundations program. Jason Campaign. Taylor Crawford. Taylor is the recipient of the Police Foundation's Faculty Award for Superior Attitude, Academics, and Aptitude. Adam Farkas. Samantha Freeburn. Joseph Jamera. Cameron Harema. Jarvis Kay. Gregory Kendall. Congratulations. Brock Kirby. Austin Kiley. Brady Lundy, Dean's List. Brady is the recipient of the Police Foundation's Physical Fitness Award for a male graduating with an outstanding overall score on the Physical Fitness Test Battery. Megan McLeod. Ryan McGuire, Dean's List. Christina McCourt.
Well done.
Ryan Preston. Way to go, Presty. Jenna Watt. Jenna is the recipient of the Police Foundation's Physical Fitness Most Improved Award. Congratulations to our Police Foundation's graduates. Thank you, Governor Smith. This concludes the conferring of diplomas for the School of Justice Studies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all of the graduates of the class of 2014. Board Chair Tamara Kleinschmidt will now officially close Convocation.
As I said to the group this morning, just a half hour more and we'll be done. I'm joking. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the staff from the Registrar's Office and Facility Services for their work preparing for Convocation. I would also like to thank our string duo, Marion Stratton and Linda Minty, and our piper, Charlie Orr. You are invited to join us for a reception in the Parrott Center immediately following the ceremony. I declare Convocation 2014 officially closed. Don't be so quiet with your happiness. I would ask that everyone please rise for the benediction and the singing of the Royal Anthem and remain standing for the recessional.
Well, may those of you who have graduated today, good on you. Share your knowledge for the benefit of others and for our world. Will you do that? May your understanding of life be broadened and enriched, and may your imagination be touched with new vision that ever sees the possibility of service and stewardship. Let's pray just one more time. So, God, the creator of humanity, may the destiny you have placed on all of these educated men and women take deep root today. God, keep all of them from discouragement by providing a beacon of light and hope even in their darkest hour. Now may God's Spirit be with each and every one of you, guiding your hearts and minds and giving you courage and purpose on the journey ahead. And everyone said, amen.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen, send her